Hey tiny adventurers, Chelsea here. It is finally spring in New Hampshire. Finally. It's been a really long winter and we're super excited to see the sun, and our hanging plants behind me here are finally starting to take off. That's how we're starting our plantings for the season, just because it's really cold up here and we can't put anything in the ground yet. It's as far as food goes anyways. It's pretty wet out there. We still got a lot of frost. Being in central New Hampshire, it's definitely a super short growing season. So I wanted to update on the water system. I had seen some interest in the water catchment. And so far with the dug well that we installed this past fall, we have not needed to do anything further than that, which was really surprising because the feedback we got regarding the well said that we would need to do something, and we just don't. We've had a very steady level of water in our well. We haven't come close to running out of water at all. So we had talked about installing water catchment, and we may still need to consider that as we do more outdoor farming through the spring and summer. But for right now, the well that we dug is working, which is good. We don't have to spend any more money in that category. And before we had gone into winter, we actually were entertaining digging like a $15,000 drilled well. And that was kind of way out of our budget, just because supposedly the water table is 700 feet down here, which we're about a mile from the biggest lake in New Hampshire. It seems really wild, but we have a really good drainage here. We actually are on a lot of sand, not a ton of rock, and that's kind of helped us, I think, with draining water to our well. So no water catchment system as of right now. We're still kind of debating. We ran out of time and we got hit with winter pretty early in November here this past winter. So putting the solar up on the roof definitely didn't happen. We're lucky we made it in the house before winter. So the solar is definitely still something that we're considering. Our electric bill's not too bad. Right now it's between like $60 and $68 a month. So that's pretty manageable. I mean, we do want to be more self-sustaining here. This is why we're growing our own food here. We're supposed to have quite the garden this year, so we don't have to rely so much on buying it and spending money on it. But we do want to get more into organic farming and natural methods of farming, microbial farming, and live bacteria and all that good stuff. So we're excited about that, and again, we are sun people, so we're super happy to see the sun. The tiny house has been great as far as living in it and being in a small space together. That has been awesome. Even through winter, it's not the space that stirs us crazy. It's the long effects of winter. You get stuck in a lot. I had a really bad ice accident last March, so ice climbing is totally out. I fractured my neck. So we've stepped away from doing any 4,000 foot hikes in the mountains in the winter because of that, just to eliminate some risk. And we're super excited to be getting out there. We just did a decent hike yesterday. It's pretty muddy, water's really high, so that's kind of held us back a little bit, but living small in New Hampshire is working, and we're still seeing half our cost in living expenses, so that's really good. We were really excited with the heater that we installed that runs off of propane. It's a Renai heater. It's been working really well. It's super efficient. We did have to get a delivery once, but it came nothing close to a traditional oil delivery where you have to spend at least $1,000 to fill your tank. We pretty much spent $260 for the whole winter. So that's been just to fill the tank, after we had done the initial $500 fill on the propane tank. So that's been really good. So keeping costs down, still finding out ways how to be more sustainable, and our design has been working out really well. Now that the stair saga is finally over, we're enjoying having our loft upstairs and my little workspace under my big window looking out at the backyard. That's been really, really great. I'm very nutrition savvy, so I've been doing some juicing out of the tiny house, and it's tight, but it works. We still have the oversized fridge, which has been okay because I've been packing it with produce and constantly juicing and making fresh stir fries and raw dishes. So that's worked out okay. Storage has been good. Even our 2 dogs, we had built them kennels in our mudroom area, so that's worked out really well. As far as the design, we really, for our first shot at building a tiny house, it really did work out well, and we're super happy with it. So I will continue to update you. I'll be doing a blog post soon at tinylivingadventure.com, and continue to follow us and follow our journey through our tiny house lives. We were able to take our first trip out west over this winter to California, which was really awesome. I still have to upload those pictures to the blog, but that was really great to see. A lot of sustainable living going on out there as well, so that was really cool. We're excited to do more traveling as we continue to live small. Thanks for watching.